Hello and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about the new Zen update in Growagarden and how its situation has gotten really bad recently. Actually, the whole state of the game is in decline right now, and that's because this update has released with a lot of controversies and problems, and these problems range from the new additions or content we got into the game, which, to be fully honest, they are not new at all. A lot of them, or most of them, are stuff we already had in the game, just a bit tweaked to merge with the update. Okay, the update itself felt rushed, not very tested by the devs, because on top of all of this, these said additions got heavily nerfed, and that just added to the problem. Okay, and to be fully honest, again, the main problem with the Growagarden right now doesn't even lie directly with this update, but just a lot of past problems that went ignored and just accumulated and stacked to this update. It just crashed here. Okay, and now people are just fed up with it. They hold a lot of resentment for the issues that the community have talked about and went ignored. The devs are doing a lot of shady dodging to these issues and just manipulating a lot of stuff in the game, like the description, misleading stuff. There is a lot of dramas about that too. So yeah, there is a lot of issues to be addressed, but in this video I'm trying to keep it like factual, in a bit of a rant, okay, like factual slash rant video, but we're gonna go over what's wrong with this update directly and what's wrong with the game itself or the past issues that have been ignored. Okay, so yeah, we're trying to keep it like not so long and as informative as possible, so tune in. Thank you. So starting off with the main issue at hand, which is this new update, and I'd like to separate this in two different parts to talk about. And starting off with mainly the core mechanic of this update, which is the Zen tree and the Zen point system and its problems. Then secondly, moving into the Zen shop at the second part and talking about its problems too, and the new content and additions they gave into this update, which I stated before, they are not really new, they are just stuff we had before, just a bit tweaked to merge into this update without notice. But let's give credit where credit is due. At least this event looks nice. It feels pleasing, the ambience is nice, everything about it visually is very good. It's nice to chill to, so it plays into the theme of tranquility and zen generally, so at least they pulled it off on this one. Okay, but yeah, let's start with the Zen tree. And as you notice behind me, the Zen tree got different stages. The same exact thing as the previous DNA machine in the last prehistoric update we got. Okay, so as I said before, nothing really new. This is more like a refurbished system. Okay, this is nothing new, except the difference between the DNA machine and this one is way harder to grind through. It got more requirements, it got more stages. Okay, and you need more points to go through. Okay, it works with a point system instead of a weight system, which is way harder. Okay, and another difference is the DNA machine or the DNA machine upgrade system gives you advantages to the DNA machine itself, or upgrades to it itself. Okay, this one just gives you a bunch of rewards instead, rewards that you can simply get from the shop. But I'd like to say the chances of getting such stuff from the shop can sometimes vary, so I'd regard them as like very average rewards. I'm talking about Zen seed packs, Zen eggs, gnome crates and such. Okay, so another problem or big problem that lays with this one is how the system works, the point system works here. So as you noticed above me, there is a timer here, and this is the Zen Aura event where you can acquire the Tranquil mutation. So what essentially does, it just pulls out 2 orbs that travel to your garden and gives Tranquil mutation to random fruits on your garden. Bear with me here, random fruits. And those fruits is what you need to submit here. And mind you, the system works exactly as the summer harvest event. So again, nothing new. So the rarity of your fruit determines how much point you're gonna get here. Okay, no mutations, no size, no nothing. Okay, so it works like that. But as I said, the Tranquil mutation that you can get from the event is random. So for my case, as you can see, and a lot of other people, having such a saturated garden doesn't work. It's frustrating. It won't work because the tranquil mutation, can just apply to any of these plants that I have here or fruits that I have here, and most of them, as you can see, are valuable. Okay, so it is a problem. So if I was to grind in this garden, I wouldn't be able to. Okay, it would be catastrophic. That's why I had to. And again, let's give credit where credit is due. They gave us like save slots, which a long awaited feature, but the save slot is 25 billions with, which is like, why, man? They it feels like they want us to be like traumatized or something. Why make it 25 billion? Like, man, come on. Come on, it shouldn't be like that. But here, let me load my second garden that I'm using to get tranquil mutation. So I have a bit of valuable stuff here, but most of the other stuff, like the rest of the moon melons and such, I'm just putting here or using this garden so I can get like tranquil mutation on them and just submit them because I don't need them. Okay, but this is a byproduct. Okay, it shouldn't be like this. This is not the solution for the problem with the random mutation at hand. This is only a byproduct. The second garden, the initial main goal for it, or the intention for it, is to be a show garden, a fashion garden, a garden where you plant the stuff you want or you find pretty or something and show it off to your friends in public if we ever play in public. But yeah, this kind a bit fixes it, but you know what I'm meaning by if we can play in public. Okay, but yeah, this is not supposed to be for this. This is not the use for it. Okay, this is not what the devs confirmed it to be or talked about. This is not what the community requested. This was supposed to be a second show garden while leaving your main garden to be a grind garden. Okay, my voice is getting dry here. Okay, this is extremely frustrating how they keep being elusive around it with such cheap tricks. Okay, but yeah, this is what the main problem with this whole mechanic is. Okay, adding to that the timer. So this works offline, yes, but it doesn't work the same as being present. If you're present during the event, it guarantees at least some of your random fruits will get like mutation or the tranquil mutation. If you're offline, it has a chance to. So when you log back on, it says like some fruits were eligible to get the tranquil mutation, yada yada, but most of the time it fails, it doesn't. So it requires you every hour to be here. So as you can tell, this is a big no. This is not nice at all. This is not good. This is not player retention, this is suffering. You're forcing players to come back here each hour to spend each of their like spare minutes of whatever they have. I'm in summer vacation. I don't want to spend every like 10 to 15 minutes coming back to check the timer and such, or checking Discord for the timer, and just coming back each hour to just get with the event for the sake of being consistent and grinding through this tedious event and just getting very average to non-existent rewards. Okay, so yeah, as you can hear the frustration in my voice, this is not good. This is not a good look for a new update. On top of that, as you can tell, it's pretty rushed. Like, updating weekly can be nice to an extent. Now you're just refurbishing old content over and over again. Nothing new, nothing in place. You just release an update, then nerf a bunch of other stuff or do a lot of other tweaks and changes the next day. Like, after some people already like pay real life money into it. Okay, so that's very problematic. I think the weekly updates are a big minus at this point. Okay, there is no dev testing, everything is coming like unpolished, let's say. Okay, but yeah, this is the first main problem with this update, which is the Zen tree mechanic itself and the Zen tree point system or the Zen point system. And now we're gonna talk about the Zen shop or the content this update brought. Okay, so yeah, let's hop into the second part. So a small note before going into the second part. So about the Zen point system and the Chi point system too, the coin point system I mean. I said it works like the summer harvest event, so you get points depending on the rarity of your fruit you're given, or the tranquil fruit you're given, okay? So that still stands true, except this time it just helps if you give like gold or rainbow variations, okay? Not mutations, variations. And I presume you're not given rainbow, okay? But let's say you have a small golden plant or golden tranquil fruit, okay? This, when you submit it, it gives you +2 points in addition to the fruit rarity. Or if you're given rainbow, it gives you +3 points in addition to the fruit rarity. So this time they added like variation to help, okay? But that's still not not that applicable and consistently, okay? But yeah, this is a small note to add before we move to the second part. Thank you. Sorry. So starting off the second part, we're gonna talk about the problems with the Zen shop right here, okay? Or rather the content within it, okay? So as I've told you before, you need a fruit or a plant with the tranquil mutation on and give it specifically to this NPC so you can get chi points that you can use in the shop to buy stuff in it, okay? So yes, a double-sided grind, either this or that. I told you, man, it's tedious, but at least you can get some chi coins or points from progression through the Zen tree itself, okay? So jumping on to the Zen shop itself, as you can see, it's your casual event shop, the same layout, the same everything as the previous events. You got the seed pack, egg, some cosmetic, some usable items, some seeds within the shop itself, a pet, and maybe the only useful or kinda useful item and unique new item we got is the pet shard tranquil, which is a mutation you give to your pet so it can do or give the tranquil mutation to your plants. Except, of course, there's a catch. It replaces the current mutation you have on your pet, so please don't go and use this on your pet with a good mutation, okay? You're gonna waste it. It doesn't stack, of course. But yeah, I can assure you nothing is really significant in this shop, okay? Most of the stuff got already nerfed, but if you noticed, we have something else here, this yellow shiny button, which is the restock button that uses shekels actually. So it starts at 500,000 shekels, I believe, and then it multiplies by 2 each time you restock, till eventually you run out of money or reach your goal of finding something useful here in this abysmal shop with abysmal chances, okay? But yeah, this is supposed to serve as a money sink for rich people. But in reality, we know that the actual rich people of Growagarden won't even be bothered the slightest by this button, okay? Because I'm talking about the people who dupes, abuses glitches, exploits, use hack lines, delve in the black market that keeps scamming people, etc., etc. These people hold quadrillion upon quadrillions of shekels, okay? They won't be bothered the slightest about this, okay? This only serves to make the rich even richer, because unlike you and me who can restock for maybe 6-7 times at best then hit our limit, like I stopped here after almost 5 or 6 reels. I got the most thing I got is 2 eggs from this, okay? The most thing I got on a good day. So unlike us, these people can re-roll for or restock for 100, if not thousands of times or even more, okay? So they can get, instead of 2 eggs, maybe 200, 300 eggs. Of course, get more chances at getting the now best pet of the game that uses a refurbished ability. All of them uses a refurbished ability. Nothing new about this actually, okay? The only new thing about this is just it has a unique mutation that it can give, but it's only like a 5 or 8 multiplier, okay? But it also can give a variation of this mutation that is a 90 multiplier, but the chances are very very low, okay? And of course we never got the actual chances. We don't know the actual chances. If you noticed about this in Growagarden, we never get any details, any numbers, anything useful or relevant in the patch notes to know what happened, what they changed, what they added, what they removed. Yeah, we never get that, okay? So as I told you, this serves us to get the rich even richer, and of course ignore the whole problem or the main problem of the shekel itself, that it's basically useless now. That's the main problem. No one wants to trade their pets for shekels anymore because it got duped so extremely. It's not even worth a thing right now, okay? And of course, the devs just slept on this, ignored it, just being elusive around it, just doing nonsense, trying to deter people from it or make people forget about it, but it's present in everyday situation in trading, since trading in Growagarden is a main trait of the game, okay? But yeah, I guess we gotta suffer with it till they actually recognize us as people. So moving on to the items here in the shop, you have the Zen seed pack, okay? So all of these, with no discrimination, they all look nice, they all look aesthetic on your garden, but are they actually good? This is a 0.5% drop, so you might think it's decently good. It might even catch up to maybe Bone Blossom, Candy Blossom, something of that caliber, okay? Not even close by 1,000 miles. All of these are average. If you pull out any calculator right now and check for yourself, compare for yourself, because I'm not gonna do that, it's gonna make this way longer than it already should be. But yeah, if you pull out any calculator right now and check for yourself, you're gonna see they are very average. I'm not gonna say horrible, very average, okay? You jump even down here to Spiked Mango, it costs 75 coins. You need stage 6 to get this, so there is a grind revolving around this. The drop chance is unknown, it's very low, presumably, because I only saw it once between like 100 now restock I've done, okay? So yeah, you might think it's decently good, it's not. It's average, go check it out. It is average, everything you see here is average, okay? So now you might think there is hope for the Zen egg, okay? Actually, no, sorry to disappoint, but no, okay? Everything you see here is already stuff you have in the game, just refurbished. Let me go through it quickly. So the Shiba Inu, same ability as the dog, just better percentage, 15 in comparison to 5, okay? The monkey here, it just gives your pet a boost to its passive ability by 1% to 2.5%, okay? So that's kinda abysmal, that's low. Except this pet here right now got a bug with the Spring cosmetic. It just makes your pet or your main pet that you want have like a really low cooldown, so it can spam its ability. So there is a bug about this going on right here, which is very overpowered, I'd say. But they're gonna of course patch it, because why fix the actual problems of the game when you can just patch this? That the players basically only hope at getting something useful from this update, okay? So the Tanuki basically does some random shenanigans, either give your plant like chill mutation, moonlit mutation, bloodlet mutation, a tiny bit amount of shekels, but it actually had the ability of the raccoon. Yes, you're hearing that right, it had the ability of the raccoon by doing it at a very small chance. We don't know chances, of course, they never give us anything, but the numbers are really tiny. But yeah, it at least had it. But that could scream either very good or very bad, because it is just gonna make the duping problem very much worse, okay? But yeah, but it's gonna give some value into this egg and give some value into this pet, so at least being a 20% drop, some people or average people like us can just benefit from it, okay? Maybe in trades and such. So this 4% drop, I believe the Tanshu does give tranquil mutation to fruits and plants in your garden, okay? The Kappa just sprays them with mutation, then it has a chance that these said fruits with already wet mutation get blood lit instead, which the multipliers for both is really low, and it's 3.5 drop chance. Ay, ay, ay. So moving on to the Kitsune, as I talked about it earlier, it just has the same ability as the raccoon, okay? But instead of just duping the fruit, it can give it like a mutation, a chakra mutation, but it's really low, just a 5 to 9 times multiplier, except that chakra mutation has another variation, but it's very low chance to get it. If you're extremely lucky, you'll get the other variation, which is a 90 times multiplier. But supposedly this make it the best pet in the game, presumably, but the abysmal chance is as you can see, not helping it. And you might think to yourself, is there any possible way that this could have been helped? Yes, it could have, or there was, or there supposedly was something, but of course they removed it. Of course they ruined it, okay? So if you know, you know, there was a drama about this koi pet ability, okay? So when it first released, it didn't have the, like, to grant you a chance to recover an egg when hatching. And by the way, this is 0.6%. Okay, 0.6, so it's pretty much kind of useless, okay? But yeah, this was not the initial description of the ability, okay? So when it first launched, uh, it said that it had a chance to give you egg luck or better luck at hatching your eggs to get rare pets, okay? Then they removed that description, changed this, but they said, oh no, the ability was always the same as this. The ability never changed, but the description was just a bit misleading, okay? Yeah, just a bit misleading. Like a description that talks about a whole another different ability, a whole different category of an ability, was just a mistake, a description mistake that wasn't the intention for this pet ability, but people bought it like straight up from the first hours. Like masses upon masses of people paid real life money for this because of the ability. So they just milked them dry, changed it, like excuse me, changed it, scammed people, and just went away with it. No question asked, no nothing about it, no, not even a mention to us all, okay? So yeah, you can see what's happening with it. Growagarden now. You can see, okay? Tranquil Radar, it's pretty much useless. 15 studs, it doesn't even get much of the stuff. It's a bit buggy sometimes. So yeah, trash edition. What can I say? Everything in the shop, as you can see, nothing seemingly new, okay? Nothing. The only new thing is the pet shard tranquil, but comes with a catch. It's pretty much useless. You can just get the pet or just wait for the event. At this point, there is no use unless you have a useless pet with no mutation. Okay, you can put this on. But yeah, as you can see, everything almost the same. Everything refurbished. Nothing. Nothing new. No effort. No effort in making something new. No effort in dev testing what they're like pushing out. There is no polishing. This is all rushed. But yeah, true part of it is because of the weekly updates and our expectation for every weekly update. It shouldn't be this high, but at least you gotta give something out there, okay? You're not gonna put something like the caliber or in the caliber of the prehistoric update, then just doom it down to this one, okay? You cannot do that. At least there's a margin you can go down to, but not this. Not this, man. Okay? So yeah, as you can see, the problem itself is not directly with the update. It runs way deeper than this in the roots of Growagarden, and that's ironic if you ask me. But yeah, the problem is way deeper than this. It's way bigger than this. It has to do a lot with the dev and the direction they're going for, especially being money hungry, and that's very apparent now without any intention hiding behind it, okay? This is like the Epstein file case. They're just saying, oh, these problems, no, they don't exist. Epstein file, they never existed now. After these problems been present for the whole entirety of the existence of Growagarden, okay? If you do a simple dive into the Reddit forum or the Reddit page of Growagarden, not the Discord of course, because that place just became a blatant black market for scammers and traders, of course. Just do a simple dive into the Reddit page of Growagarden and you'll see the countless posts of people either complaining, frustrated, crying, straight up quitting the game, parents just, yeah, everyone is fed up with these issues that keep reoccurring and never getting any attention from the devs, okay? Despite them being so present in Growagarden, and despite our community being one of the biggest, if not the biggest, in Roblox currently, and the player count is even more than my my country population. Like, what are you talking about? They're just bluntly ignoring us, sweeping everything under the rug, okay? I'm talking about one of the prime examples of the problems in Grow a Garden, the bane of every grow a garden player that reached my growth right now, or something relatively close to this, or got something valuable in their garden. Of course, I'm talking about the stealing game pass. So this been here since the start of Grow a Garden. It started as a funny gimmick that got them a lot of money, but now they're never gonna stop milking from that. Okay, they're not gonna stop milking from that anytime soon. There been countless possible fixes for it, but no, they bluntly give us like quarter or partial stuff, okay, and our slap our faces with it, like the mutation we just got, iron skin, that gives you a chance to get your stolen fruit back or something like that. The ankylosaurus from the dino egg that have a chance to get your stolen fruit back, and both are RNG based, so you have to like gamble for them. So yeah, they're just mocking us at this point, okay? So they can do something about it, but nah, we're not. We're just gonna milk you for it, or milk you to even have a chance about it, okay? The stupid problem with the raccoon, nothing about it. The people with exploits, hacks, all the bug fixes, the bug that was happening with honeysuckle recently, the drama revolving around that. So basically the honeysuckle just had like a size and weight gap that was scaled up to infinity. It didn't have a limit on it, okay? So instead of fixing that bug that was their own coding problem, now they decided to limit the fruit, to nerf it by at least a 15% from what I've seen in the values. So yeah, just destroy it, because a couple of bunch of Candy Blossom kids kept criticizing the devs. They fall under pressure so easily. Like the Candy Blossom kids are acting like a cult now, okay? But they're criticizing the devs extremely, and they are valuable into the game because they are OG. They spend a lot on the game, okay? They spend real life money. The devs, of course, don't wanna upset these these people, okay? So when they pushed for the honeysuckle nerf, despite doing a poll for it and people voting against nerfing it and they're winning in it, they just nerfed it anyways. Yeah, it got nerfed. It got nerfed. These servers, or these people who run these black markets that sell stuff for real life money, keep scamming people over and over and over, never got reported, never got investigated. These people with multiple alt accounts, like, it's okay if you have I have an alt account, I have two actually, but I use them for a lot of different stuff actually, not just grinding money or duping or something like that. But if you bluntly have like 100 or 200 botted accounts just, or alt accounts working at the same time, duping stuff and exploiting the bugs within the games, you're supposed to get investigated. You're supposed to get banned with that IP you have. But no, nothing is done about it. Nothing till now, nothing. Everything is partially getting fixes, and we're just getting sparkled with some new shiny Pokemon like the one behind me here, okay, that we're gonna just spend or empty our wallets for, okay? Then we get some random event, we just random old event for 10 seconds or 20 seconds and hope to get you probably a decent mutation. Why these mutations are even limited? Why did the Ember Spray mutation from last update get completely removed? How are we gonna get it? It was one of the nicest free mutations out there, okay? Everything valuable else is limited. You're forced to be here before the update like 1 hour ago. Why not I get some at least minimal rewards in a mailbox or something if I didn't participate? Don't I have a life? Do I have to spend every minute of my spare time into this game? Like, what is this cycle you're trying to achieve as a dev? Are you even calling yourself a dev right now? Are you even calling yourself a community dev right now? Huh? Like, what you're getting from this, okay? You're just forcing us into a predetermined plan of yours to just milk us of our money. Nothing more, nothing less at this point, and it became so apparent. They're not even hiding it. And sadly, we're still playing, because at one time we enjoyed this. I enjoyed being in public servers, presenting my garden, having fun, making new friends, trading. Someone would donate me, they help me. In return, I get that good deed, or like implement that good behavior into myself and give to the less, or the one starting after me. Okay, but now we have also these content creators that are way, of course, bigger than me. I'm just like a small potato with just couple of views. Okay, but these content creators with thousands upon thousands or hundreds of thousands of views just pushing these incel behaviors of stealing and trolling others and a lot of other stuff, these clickbait videos of new method, new insane, and they just do you a 20-minute video talking about one single aspect that is just pretty much useless in the game. Okay, they're ruining the attention span of kids, they're ruining their behavior, they're teaching them toxic stuff, they're not holding anything responsible but for that sweet, sweet buck, that sweet, sweet cent they're getting from each 1,000 views. Okay, and looking how grow a garden, how successful it got. Yeah, it's a cash cow for YouTubers, but yeah, I digress. So as you can see, these problems are not yet to be fixed. I don't see them getting fixed anytime soon unless in time of crisis, but as we've seen in time of crisis, they just push us a random disco event, call it a day, make sure we thank the person that pushed for this event from the dev team, of course, praise them like they're some sort of gods, okay, just for some multiplier on a random pixels, okay. Yeah, it's so extremely depressing to witness, especially seeing how big this community is. If a community of our size is just being tossed around like this freely, yeah, I really got no more hope for this. I don't know what to tell you, but still, maybe the devs are have a decent side. Okay, maybe they do, because let's give them some credit. A lot of past things they done been great. Okay, we had our moments in this game, we enjoyed a lot of stuff in this game, we made a lot of good friends in this game despite it all, but the bad stuff is just outweighing the good stuff right now. Okay, we, as I stated, weekly updates are not a good thing on long term. They don't give the dev team any enough time to just like test content, do repolishing, readjusting stuff, okay, coming up with new ideas and such. So we cannot expect them to give us something at the caliber of prehistoric, like each time, each week. That's, but we're talking about a full dev team here. We're not talking about a single person. We're talking about a full dev team. So they're somewhat capable. So as I said before, dropping down to this level in this update is really not it. Okay, but yeah, enough yapping. My mouth went very dry actually. I got very frustrated during the video talking about it. I wanted it to be as informative as possible, but I told you it's gonna have some sort of a rant, because we need to have this moral compass in ourselves. Without it, we're not even humans at this point. Okay, so yeah, let's hope for the best. Let's hope the immense critique that they're getting from the community right now actually does something, even if it's against what they want, like the money stuff, but they're forced to do it because of the community sheer size and retaliation. Okay, but we, let's just hope for the best. Let's just take care of ourselves, stay hydrated, do your best in life, stay nice, stay positive, okay, stay respectful, especially to other people, even if you hate them, okay, and let's hope for a shinier future for this game. If anything comes up, I will surely inform you and keep you updated. If it's bad or good, I will just post it. Okay, let's go with that. Okay, let's give it one more chance, I hope. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching. If you like this, please like and subscribe. If you have any information to add, please do in the description. I will surely like read it and even respond to you, of course, because I don't have much views. I can just do that. Okay, but yeah, thank you for tuning in, take care, bye bye. I'm tired.